All right, so this is like the third or fourth time I am recording this. Uh, the first time I did it, I just wasn't satisfied with the result, and the second time I recorded it, the file was corrupt, or rather, there was just some mistakes in it, and so yeah, here we are now. Second video of the channel, and I'd like to talk about the struggle of starting a YouTube channel today. It might be ironic, but here we go. So, I'd like to go back to the pandemic during 2020 when I started to create my first videos, and I did it on a different channel, and it was mostly just videos of clips and gameplay highlights because all throughout childhood, I've always wanted to create videos and upload them on YouTube back then when it was the quote unquote golden era of Minecraft. But I never had the means to do so. The internet was bad. I was using a potato of a laptop. So when I got to college, I finally got my first PC. So I was able to start creating videos, and I did. Especially with the pandemic happening, I had nothing else better to do, so I thought, why not? So I gave it a shot, and the mistake back then was that I thought that I had to upload every single day, and I thought that it was logical because I had nothing else better to do. We were all cooped up at our houses, so I did that, tried it, and would just slap on a really lazy thumbnail of a screenshot of the game and then scribble around the pictures. I was using Paint, if I remember correctly, and I feel like from that first attempt, it really was just focused more on output frequency rather than quality. And I don't even mean quality in the sense of like how high of a resolution I can get for the videos, the quality of the audio, how good the gameplay is, or the music. It was none of that. I think it was more to just quality in terms of how authentic and how genuine I was coming from when I was creating those videos. And it was clearly very different from, well, the video that I am making today. And even after that, I've created like 80 videos, I think, on that old channel, but of course, the result was basically nothing. Well, I won't say nothing. It was something, but not exactly what I had in mind. And it wasn't even about the numbers. It was just about how satisfied I was with the result. And then the second attempt was a couple years after COVID. And that was when I started to try and create video essays because I was into those types of content back then. And even though I sort of spaced out the upload frequency to about like once a week, and I would have like a structured plan of, okay, today I'm gonna record the voiceover, and then tomorrow I'm gonna get the footage for the video, and then the next day I'll look for images and clips of what I want to have in the video to edit in. And then the next day I'll look for the background music. The next day I'll start to cut up the video. The next day I'll edit things in, and then the next day I'll do the thumbnails. It was basically like a master plan of what I'm going to do and how I'm going to structure that video for that week. And after 3 videos, that all came crashing down. I never touched that second channel ever again. And I just constantly have this struggle of starting things and then stopping and then starting and stopping. And I think that it might have been because of well, as corny as it's gonna sound, the purpose behind creating those videos. And I even had like small stints in between those attempts of moments when I would create a channel, and then I would create a channel art, I would create the profile picture, and then even make social media accounts related to that channel, thinking that, okay, I will only upload the first video once I have everything sorted out. So like once the socials were done, and the moment I press that upload button, then I'll have to cut that main video up, turn it into short form content, upload it on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, and all of that, Twitter, and I would be able to get the best engagement possible. That was what I thought, but the first video never even came out. So I think that this time what I want, or at least what I hope to be able to do, is create from a place of intentionality. And I might be coining a lot of terms from creators that I look up to, creators like BBK Dragoon, Yuki Boy. I recently just found out this new creator called Laura's Cloud Save. It's basically just people creating their own passion projects, and at least that's what I feel like they are making, and it's what I get from a viewer standpoint. And I would hope to be able to do that too here in this channel. And if even one person out there can relate to what I'm saying, I think that would be more than enough for me. So with that said, I would like to try and keep these videos at a sort of consistent theme, and I don't want to over edit it or anything. I would like to just keep it nice and relaxed, and it's what I like to call the second monitor content. Like, even though back then, especially during COVID, I had a lot of second monitor content, but it was mostly just podcasts of topics that I was interested in, especially from podcasts like Joe Rogan. And but nowadays I have sort of started to pivot and prefer the more, I guess you can say, indie category of creators, much like how there is an indie for games. And I think that that niche is really interesting to me, because if you know someone called Gary Vee, I'm not that into the whole motivational thing, because it's starting to get old, I think. But at least one of the things that I was able to extract from him was that he said, when you're trying to create something, don't worry about things like, am I targeting the right audience? Like, let's say in this case, if we're talking about gaming, are we supposed to create videos of highlights? Should we make let's play content? Should we make guides and walkthroughs or reaction videos? Like, what are we trying to target here? I think that the most important thing that he said during that whole thing was that don't worry about the category or how you want to frame your content. Just create it, because the true niche is you. I know it sounds really, really corny, but I think that it's actually true, because no one is the same, and everyone has their own experiences and perspectives, and that's what makes us all unique. So if you also feel the same way as I do, and you have always wanted to try and create a YouTube channel, I think that you should just try and just go for it. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be amazing. At first it won't be, just like this video right here, it's all over the place. But even though it's messy and it's unprofessional or unstructured, I think that that's usually the most important part of figuring out what type of creator you want to be, and to be able to find your own voice, I guess I can say. So don't hesitate or be scared to do it. Especially don't even think about how others might perceive you, because that's just wasting your time. Like, if they're not paying your bills, if they're not paying for your gas or your food or even your rent, then why care about what they think about you? Just do you, and you'll be much happier for it. So yeah, I think I'll try my best to keep the frequency of about once a week, I guess, to really keep things at the lowest possible level of commitment. And whenever I'm making these videos as well, I'm not even reading off of a script. I don't even have bullet points. Well, I did have bullet points earlier, but it failed. So I ended up just freestyling it, and this is what I came up with today. So yeah, I guess I'll see you next video. Bye bye.